today we will be taking a look at the Assure model. The Assure model was developed by both Robert Henich and Michael Melinda in 1999. The Assure model is an instructional model for planning a lesson and helps understand technology that will enhance it. It is a well-known instructional design guide using a constructivist perspective which integrates multimedia and technology to enhance the learning environment. Assure is an acronym that stands for various steps in the model. There are a total of 6 steps involved in this model. Let's take a look at each step. The A in the Assure model stands for Analyze Learners. In this first step, teachers should look at the attributes of their learners. They should look at the information gathered in this step that will help with the decisions that will be made with respect to the other steps in the process. Teachers should also look at a student's age, academic abilities, gender and interests, learning styles such as auditory, visual, and textile, and also prior competencies. The first S in the Assure model stands for State Standards and Objectives. In the second step, the teacher must know and understand state standards and objectives so that the instruction that is given will be a result of what the learners will be able to do. Learning objectives are given to let learners know what they will accomplish. And in this step, there is an ABC model to help teachers to understand what good learning objectives must have. A good learning objectives should have an A, which is audience, B, behavior, C, conditions, and D, degree. The A for audience, the question that should be asked, is for whom is the objective attendance intended for? The B, behavior, what is the behavior of the performance to be demonstrated? C, what is the conditions under which the behavior or performance will be observed? And D, degree, to what degree would the knowledge or skill be mastered? The second S in the Assure model stands for Select Strategies, Technology, Media, and Materials. Once you have figured out what your learning objectives are, in this third step, you should focus on instructional strategies, technology, and media that will give you the result you want. In this stage, you need to figure out how much of your instruction will be teacher-centered and student versus student-centered. Teachers should figure out which technology or media materials best support the method of teaching that they are going to use. The U in the Assure model stands for Utilize Technology, Media, and Materials. In this fourth step, it helps you plan how you will utilize technology and media and how it will contribute to the objectives that have been set. Teachers should follow the 5 P's in this step. The first P is Preview Technology, Media, and Materials. The second P, Prepare Technology, Media, and Materials. The third P, Prepare Learners. The fourth P, Prepare the Environment. And the fifth P is to provide the learning experience. The R in the Assure model stands for Require Learning Participation. In this fifth step, teachers should make a plan of how they will actively engage their students. Teachers should make steps in how they will require participation in class discussions. For examples, students can prepare questions and comments at home to bring to school to be able to contribute to the class, or they can be actively engaged in note-taking. The E in the Assure model stands for Evaluate and Revise. In this step, teachers should evaluate the impact of their teaching on student learning. Teachers should ask personal questions that will help them understand if the goal that they have set for their students is achieved. Teachers should also be able to focus on feedback from their students as well. Now, let's take a look at 2 lesson plans that show how the Assure model can be used to design instruction. In this first lesson plan, the teacher is teaching a math lesson on solving addition problems. In this second lesson plan, it's the kindergarten lesson plan on math. If we take a look at both lesson plans, they both have included the steps in the Assure model. They have analyzed their learners, stated their state objectives, selected and utilized technology, media, materials, and methods, and they have stated how they're going to require their learners to participate, and they have provided questions that they will use to evaluate and revive their lessons. So as you can see, again, both of these lessons are an example of how you can use the Assure models to create lesson plans and to design instruction for your students. The Assure model is a procedural guide for planning and delivering instruction that incorporates media. The Assure model provides a roadmap to help teachers design lessons that are tailor-made to their students. It helps teachers improve teaching techniques. It is a model of teaching that can be used to design teaching in classrooms. The Assure model starts with teachers looking in at the learner in detail so that the learner will be successful. And at the end of the day, that is the purpose of having an instructional design, making sure that all learners are learning. It also helps teachers to set expectations for their diverse learners. Knowing as much as possible about a learner is critical to design and implementation of instructions. Now, the best part of this model to me is the very last step, which allows teachers to look at what went well and what improvements can be made. This Assure model is steps away from the traditional means of instructions, such as reading from a textbook or giving lectures. The Assure model helps teachers use technology to deliver their instructions. And this particular model I would definitely use in my classroom, because as I begin to keep teaching students, I'm looking for ways of how I can integrate technology. And I really hope that this information about this model was very helpful and that you can use the information to take back to plan wonderful lessons for your students. Thank you.